Man Morning Show. It's the Mack Man Morning Show. It's the Mack Man Morning Show. It's the Mack Man Morning Show. Sitting at home when you're in your car. It's the Mack Man Morning Show. No matter if you get far. It's the Mack Man Morning Show. You better tune in quick or you might just miss. It's the Mack Man Morning Show. The best show this side of the sea. It's the Mack Man Morning Show. 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 It's the Mack Man Morning Show.
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know. Get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
I am Pam Ghostin, owner and creator of Candle Dessert Lounge, Mississippi's finest dessert and drink candles that are hand poured right here in DeSoto County. Our motto is dessert and drinks, 0 calories. We strive to create a vivid imagination of the delicious gourmet desserts and tropical drinks by offering a sweet and zesty vibe with an experience that ignites both your taste buds and sense of creativity. We also do candle making parties, whether it's for a private party, birthdays, anniversary, bachelor or bachelorette parties, business team building. We can do a party for any occasion. For more information, call 662-460-5035. Also, check out our website at candledessertlounge.bigcartel.com. If you're looking for those one-of-a-kind gifts, our candles are perfect for you.
Tune in to the Mack Man Morning Show.
Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the Mack Man Morning Show, Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there.
living in this bubble of such that people are sitting back wondering, what in the world are we going to do? This man is out here. He don't know nothing. He doesn't. The man couldn't keep a casino open. He had $400 million from his family when his daddy died, and blew that money. And I don't know how he got all kind of loans for these casinos and all this stuff that he did over in New Jersey. And look at what happened. They closed Taj Mahal, the greatest ever. Ain't nobody gonna have nothing greater than this. And he's still running some casinos over in Nevada, I think, over there somewhere. He's running some stuff. He's got some shyster deals that are going on. This is the man supposed to be the leader of the free world. And he's making us look like, as a country, making us look like somebody that just throw us in the garbage as a country. They can't throw us away because we're a superpower. They don't want to throw away the American market, but then they got the governor of California over there. I think he's kind of like reassuring them folks over there. Y'all be cool. We're going to get him out of there, but y'all not moving fast enough. They not moving fast enough. I just wanted to update y'all on that. He's not moving fast enough, and it's affecting things. Now let's get back to where we play a role in. It is known, and it is a fact, that African Americans, black people, make up the bulk of the support of the Democratic Party. Now, this is the party so far that we're using to, how can I put it? This is the mechanism that's given us at least operating access to the government and to participate in the government so far. Because if the Republicans or anybody else had their way in this mechanism and in this day and time, they wouldn't have any of us. And that is the goal, to have. They do not. They're Europe and America sees that there are more people of color than there are of people of a Caucasian persuasion. There are more Chinese. There are more. There's a billion of them. Few 100 million of us. And as the economic and the lead, the economic force in the globe, we look like idiots this morning. Which brings me to this point here, and I'm talking to the black community. It is time for us to get things in order. It's time for us to stand on business. It's time for us to stand on business in order to operate in this global economy that's coming. And what's in it for us? What's in it for us, as we got to be the ones again to come and save America from its own demise? Because if they keep going like they're going and doing what they're doing and trying to isolate the world like they're trying to do, along with Putin and the rest of them people, it's going to be something to pay for. I never seen Europe in my lifetime, and knowing what's going on, never seen the NATO alliance, go crazy like this. The United States usually is the leader in NATO. So you mess with a NATO country, we all coming for you. Now they're saying the same thing. They say, we're going to keep our word. We know what you got. We got some too. But you're not going to pick on our member country. And here we got the bully, the Mr. Mob Boss, the Mr. Slather green, orange makeup on his face, that lives in the house that so happens to be white. Sits there like he is he uses the military and the agencies of the United States against its own people. He's the mob boss. Big Donnie. 20 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock in the Central Time Zone this morning, we'd like to welcome all of our listeners and our viewers on Hot Talk Radio and television broadcasting. This is the Mack Morning Show, Mack Media 3 Productions. We'd like to welcome also our friends in Champaign, Urbana, and Mika Light, and our wonderful audience up there and WRFU 104.5 on your FM dial. All of our listeners, okay, and I always like to greet our beginning, and we never forget about people. We have listeners that came over from WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial in Holly Springs, Mississippi. Holly Springs, wonderful place, Rush College, and all of those wonderful things and attractions. The Ida B. Wells Library Museum and museum is there in Holly Springs also. We're praying for those people there as the hopefully, if things were right, like I said, your local elections mean a lot, and Brother Crosby and others that are over there trying to make sure that the people get utilities. They got a warming center. It is getting cold, folks, and there are some people. Some people got a myth when they say that in the South there ain't nobody homeless. There's some homeless people, either by not by some by choice, and some by circumstances that they. But whatever the case may be, nobody needs to be out, especially with this weather as it is. It's raining right now. It's kind of sleet rain in our region within the Shelby County, the Arkansas and Mississippi northern parts and that central part of the Mississippi right there. We got precipitation. Please be careful on the roads as you travel. If the work trucks are out trying to treat the roads, please give them the right of way to do also. We'll be back in a little bit. This is the Mac Man Morning Show right here on Mac Media 3, Mac Media 3 Productions.
Fake Democrat, MAGA loving wolf in sheep clothing. Scott Cologne. His mouth is moving, but he's a black lion Mississippi attorney. Yes, another Mississippi attorney endorsed by Congressman Benny Thompson. And he wants to distract you long enough for you to vote for him and send him to Washington, D.C. There's a real Democrat out there providing hope for Mississippi. And because she doesn't have a major endorsement or goes by the title attorney, she's considered the underdog. Priscilla Williams Till does not scratch where it doesn't itch, like her fake Democrat MAGA voting opponent, Scott Cologne. Remember Priscilla Williams Till in March at the polls. Priscilla Williams Till is fighting to rebuild Mississippi from the ground up, and she has never voted for a government shutdown where your EBT and food stamps will be affected like attorney Scott MAGA-loving Cologne has. Priscilla Williams Till campaign is built on a simple truth. When Mississippians are healthy, educated, and living in communities with clean water and strong infrastructure, our state thrives. Don't fall for the lies. Scott Cologne is fake. Priscilla Williams Till is the underdog, but she is the real Democrat in this race. Let's hear from Priscilla.
Voted in their primary and also registered as a Republican in there. So we know without a shadow of a doubt that Mr. Cologne should not be running in this Democratic election for the United States Senator. Registered as a Republican. If he knows that he should not have been running and he tried to trick the Democratic voters, then he should be held accountable for that.
Hello everyone, this is Melissa Schumpert with Melissa Fashion. Come out to our store location. We're waiting to pack those orders and see your smiling faces at 850 North Gloucester Street, Suite 3, Tupelo, Mississippi, 38804. And always you can shop online at melipifashion.com.
Tune in to the Mac Man Morning. Tune in to the Mac Man Morning Show.
Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the Mac Man Morning Show, Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there.
Oh, I'm just talking. I thought I was just talking. Oh my goodness. Oh man, I was just talking, and I don't know what I did. I'm so sorry. Well, welcome back to the Mac Man Morning Show. Listen, I wanted to just say something about the box that we're in. Let me get this. I don't know what happened. Something happened. And like I said, from Dr. King from the 68, when Dr. King was assassinated, into the 70s, on into filtering in into the 80s, the real destruction of the black community had begun. Even though we had made advances, even though we were working in these great corporations and buildings, and we can work for Amoco and for Blue Cross Blue Shield, we was accountants and we were doing things. We were educated society doing what we do. We had our life. We was enjoying and doing everything, but slowly but surely, what was creeping in was a bomb that destroyed and has destroyed many a family. Addictions have destroyed many families. And who has it hit the most? It hit the black community the most. Then when white folks started catching on and everything hitting the suburbs, then they began to just say no's and we need rehabilitation for folk because why? They didn't want their folks going to jail like they were putting our folks in jail. It's just like marijuana now. They're legalizing it, but you put folks in jail forever because they selling a bag of weed. Black people at that. Dime 10, they'll set you up because why? They said it's a narcotic. Now they're selling it. Got infirmaries. That ain't the word. Distribution, whatever they call distribute, or whatever they call it. They giving that. I mean, whatever it is, not distillery, but whatever it is. Um, and now it's legal because now they can make some money off of it and tax it and everything, and the consumption is there, and they see Candle Dessert Lounge. Hey there, how are you? And all and we looking at and economically just looking at the destruction of such, not just redlining. They start letting us move in the suburbs, moving back into the city, grabbing the best land, tore down those housing projects and put condominiums on the Gold Coast where Cabrini Green was, where we saw Cooley High and all that other stuff. If y'all know what I'm talking about, the movie Cooley High, y'all check it out. It was a good movie if you want to just binge watch or something like that. You watch old movie. I mean, it was really nice. And they tore down all. It's called the Gold Coast, and they took all that prime land, all that prime property. It was designed. The housing projects was designed to. They said to take. To get rid of the slums, all you did was put people on top of each other and sandwich them together and box it in and fenced it in. Kids running up at your playground was up on your floor. They had to make sure because folks were falling over. They didn't want nobody falling over, so it looked like a prison. Because really, you fenced in. You can't. It was one way in, one way out. Elevator ain't working. You know you through. You gotta go. If you live way up on the 20th floor, God help us. God help you. 17. I don't know if they went to 20 or whatever the case may be. That's way up there. And then suppose you got to carry groceries and furniture and every moving you and everything. I mean, and people stayed there for generations after generation, never knowing what it is to own a house, never knowing what it is to uh, have a yard, never knowing, not having that, and then you got to pay somebody else for their raggedy house and they and they want their money. Oh, I mean, they just give you anything and we just live any kind of way. How long? Now, that's why I say, how much is the politician in the window? The same people that screaming freedom, the same people that screaming, we got a dream. The same people that use each and every election time they use. Now, I'm not talking about those true servants that are out there doing the job. I'm talking about the shyster, the brethrens and sisterins, and people that are slicing up a piece of cake, not a pie, a piece of cake, not a whole one, a piece of cake. That's what they're throwing out there when they say we're taking the public school money from the children in the state of Mississippi and giving it to the private institutions. You giving me what? A slice of a piece of that cake. You ain't giving me no cake. You're gonna take the contracts and the progress that has been made in these schools to bring them up to par. Now you want to take the funding and the money away. It's already bad. And then these other school systems that have invested greatly in their school system, you want to take their money and give it to the private institutions. There's supposed to be a separation of church and state. I'm not knocking churches that get money, but then that's what they say. But then now they changed the law, saying that they can take that money to those various institutions. I'm not against better education, but wouldn't we want to help those schools that are struggling by helping their facilities, by building them some new institutions, by getting them some new equipment and some new things for the 21st century of learning and turning out education, giving educational benefits to those that are less fortunate? Shouldn't be no less fortunate people in education with all these colleges and schools going on. We got our favorite because they play football. Let me go to Ole Miss. Let me go to this one. Let me go to that one. And they're getting the bulk of the public money. They're getting the bulk of it. They're gonna make sure that grass is green at Ole Miss. They're gonna make sure that they got the top notch everything, world class everything. They got everything up in Ole Miss. They're gonna make sure, but Jackson State and Delta State and Valley and Russ, especially Rush College over in Holly Springs, Mississippi. It's still a shame that I was over there for an event, and you can look at the old building that's there that should be landmarks and rebuilt and preserved somehow. We preserve everything else. They preserve those Confederate monuments and everything and make sure that the Confederates got a lot of everything. But then you got this historic college that served African American and black people. And the buzzards were coming. You know how to if you lived in the South, you saw those big vultures that just circle and circle, them big old thing. It was 20 or 30 of them in there. Now y'all know I had a fit because it was I seen the birds, but anyway, Alfred Hitchcock. I was through. I was through. But these jokers were big, flying out of the Russ College. Now you can imagine what's going on and what kind of mess that is, and how big they are, and how them eggshells and all kind of stuff is over there, and they forget all about the college there. But it couldn't have been Ole Miss. Don't let it be Northwest. I'm not knocking places that got nice places where they go to school, but let us all have some places that are nice, and our school systems are built up. Mount Bio School and hospital. They had hospital schools and everything, a whole community, and they destroyed that community. Oh yeah, Mount Bio, Mississippi, that protected Emmett Till's mother while they were going through the trial. They weren't coming through Mount Bio with no guns, talking about no Ku Klux Klan or anything like that. And a community that thrived and made sure that their kids had a quality education. Education is the key. If your community is not community oriented towards making sure that the young people are going to school and going to college and education, something is wrong. Let's talk about our neighborhoods a little bit. It's just 9:45. Brother Lee Mack should be here unless he has other duties that he have to do. Our co-host of the Mack Man Morning Show. Miss him dearly. I know he's busy. He probably has some things to do. But I welcome each and every one of you that are here. But I was just saying, economically, as a people, we need to pay attention to what's going on. Now, as it is my job in media to inform the audience on what's going on and what's happening and what's occurring. We're on the brinks of we got a constitutional crisis, yeah, because we got a man that's misusing the government, hiding, the fact we know what you're doing, sir. When do we know we ain't no fool? And it's really not just him, it's him and a lot of other people. And whether the Republican or Democrat, it's a lot of other people. They say one of his lawyers is involved. that was on television that was against him, and they had to take him off of a network because I think they assume that he's in these files too under some the one that was paying off the folks and Stormy Daniels and stuff. So he knew what was going on, and you in that circle, you never know what kind of favors and stuff. You got the lawyer and you got the bodyguards, you got everybody that's around. So those people was in that them type of parties and things. And God help us, But now it's happening to people of Caucasian persuasion. They've been snatching black girls and slaving them and doing everything. They did it over in Africa. They kidnapped a whole village of girls. What did they do to them? What happened to them? Ain't heard nothing else about it. On the black market, there's still slavery going on under the covers of darkness. There are people that are taken from their country, put in on as servants and servitude, private black market, the black market servant, nannies. They take them away from their countries and take them, and you working them. As long as you feeding them and making sure that they looking good, you don't tend to see them to be no slave. But that's what's going on. Sierra Leone, taking those kids, taking those children, and who knows what's going on, and we just as passive and don't even look and listen. But I'm so grateful that we have an opportunity and a chance to do something better. Listen, I'm not going to be all day today. I'm just going to do a little bit here because we got some major news that's coming on. We're going to have to watch for it. And it's rather important. I don't know. I'll come on this afternoon, maybe around 12 o'clock, for if there's any news that's going to break. But hey, let's go just say hello to our supporters and thank them. I thank them all for what they do and how they help us in what we do. And I'm blessed. We're just blessed, y'all. We're blessed. And let's enjoy our day. I'll be right back.
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know. Get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
Tune in to the Mack Man Morning Show.
Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the Mack Man Morning Show. Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there.
It is important for us to vote, folks, and it is important for us not just to register, but it's important for us to vote. And it is really, really, really important. If you need to get voter information, let us know, and we'll do our very, very best to try to get that done for you. The primaries are coming up, whether you know it or not. These are races to determine who's going to be the standard bearers of the various parties. I have my pick already, and I'm pretty sure we need anybody other than the Republicans. Hey, listen, these people this party has really taken us down through there. And we just want to just say, hey, we're ready for freedom. because we got people out there that are just really, they just taking advantage. And once again, here we got to save the country by doing what we got. Our vote is so important. It's powerful. People have fought and struggled for us to get to where we are, to get to where we need to be, and we can make it as a community of people. We can. We don't have to always be at the bottom. We're the innovators. We're the originators. We're the ones. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on to the reality of knowing that, hey, it's a fight. And they say you push all these candidates, Mr. Mack. You do all this here and you try to, because you know something, this is our chance. We got no, who else do we have? These are people that have stepped up and say, we got to don't you know we got to redo some stuff that has been damaged. Right now, damage is being done by a man that says that he's the leader of this country. He's doing things that have gotten people on so much of an edge they don't understand and realize it. And we're playing around like it's all right. It's not all right. I'm not a stock market man, never have been, because they say that, we ought to know something. I need to know a little something about it. But you know something? It is just really, really amazing to me. And they're letting him do this. Ain't no benefit to none, no benefit to people other than the rich. Come on. You mean he got people so fooled to the point that they say we'll be poor for him to be the leader. This thing, he doesn't even care. Let me tell you what happened also yesterday. And I'm gonna just use soapbox for just a little bit, I guess. I'm just gonna use soapbox just for a minute or two. This man had a press conference uh, before he left DC for his overseas trip. And in the press room, he was in there and he had this big binder. He had a whole lot of papers with this clip on it. It's a clip. It's one of those black binder clips that do pinch clips. That's what I call pinch clips. I guess what I call it. And he was fumbling with it, and he drove him nuts. And he was having a fit up there on the stand and talking about the paperclip. And he said, "These are all of my accomplishments I did in this whole year." It's a big old book, looked like Project 2025 book. And he waved it and he waved it. "Yeah, these are my accomplishments. I'm the greatest president in the world," and hoo-doo-doo and ha la 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 la, and threw the paper and threw it on the ground. Just tossed it. I wish I had it. I don't play his stuff. That's why I ain't gonna play it. Right. I just refuse to play him on anything. I hate that. That's why I call him the orange man that lives in the house that's white. That's what I say. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Why are we saying this? We got a mad person up there that, man, and the man got the nuclear codes. Phew. Keep us. We need keep him. We please keep him. Okay, Lord, keep him from doing anything wrong or hurting them. This is some serious business. And he's over there with the world leaders now, and they letting him have it. You can't push people around and think that if they don't do it, I'm going to do this to them and I'm going to do that to them. What does that sound like? Extortionist, bully. And the United States is letting it happen. Congress is letting it happen. That's why we got to change who represents us. Look at us. We always the fighters. We the ones marching. We the ones sacrificing. We the ones that we as a community get the second hand or the short end of the stick. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, everywhere that can hear my voice, it's going to be a little bit different. Because you know why? What do you know? Our vote is not for sale. You need us. What do we? We need something in return. To have a pathway for our families and our generations to come, to be able to live before the Lord comes. Yeah, he coming. But before then, we ain't got no time for this trouble and this foolishness and to be worried about this, that, and the other. We still gonna eat. We still gonna live. Somehow, some way, we still, in the midst of everything, we still gonna make it a distraction, a mere distraction from the evil that he has done. Not just the Epstein folks, there's a whole lot of them. Millions. They've been doing this since the beginning. It is nothing new. They just got caught. It's nothing new. It is a higher echelon of people, spiritual wickedness in high places. Wickedness in high places. Epstein just the tip of the eye. He ain't even the tip. He might be a snowball. It's a lot going on. They gonna sacrifice him too. Why? Because y'all messing up these folks' money. Now, how do we get some of it? Because we sure been spending it $1.6 trillion in buying power. You mean to tell me, larger than some countries, we got that kind of spending power and we wasting it? We gotta get an opportunity to get our hands on some of this economic enterprising ways and enterprising opportunities that are out there from land on down. We need to be at the table. That's why you need to vote. Now, you might say, what voting got to do? What a politician going to do for me? What they going to do for me, Mr. Mack? They've been lying, saying they going to do this, give us some jobs, do this and that and the other. Oh, they got to reap what they sow. But in this time that we're living in, you're going to have to put your differences aside and figure out what you're going to do. He already lied and said that he was going to send you a $1,200 check and a $2,000 check. And a lot of y'all voted for this man because he said he was going to give some checks out. A lot of people voted for him because they did not want the black woman to win. A lot of them, black people too. They ain't escaped from him. There's some chauvinists out there that black, well, I ain't gonna be over no black woman gonna be over me and hoo-doo-doo and doo-doo-doo-doo. And look at where we are today. Mm-hmm. They didn't want the white woman neither. They didn't want Hillary. And we know, no, God, no, no. Eleanor Roosevelt and resurrection, or whatever the case may be, look where we're at. He wouldn't have never got in there. Never got in there. Isn't that ironic that his biggest culprit is women? Well, he in trouble. Well, but I'm gonna tell you this: it's gonna take the black woman to get us out of this here. The motivation that is going to have to be made, and there are some black women in some wonderful positions, some powerful positions that can move things even locally. That's why I say all elections matter, and I ain't gonna talk about that no more. No more election, not right now. But then we got to come out of this poverty that they thought they put us in. We don't have to stay there. We don't have to, for generations and generations and more, to be poor and to be on the bottom of the barrel. As they say, we're not getting nowhere. We still living in the tenements. Somebody still got to help us to overcome our circumstances and our situations that are in our lives. As we look at the news and listen to what's going on around about us, and as it seemed like they want us to be in despair. But every time that I tell you this and I let you know that inspiration and information got to tell you what's going on, we got to lay it out. We got to lay out what they're doing. You got to be aware of what the circumstances are and the inspiration. We're inspired to move forward towards what our goal is. Everybody hollers about karma. I say reap what you sow. That's all that it is. Truly chickens coming home to roost. Because they created this Frankenstein monster. They created this man that has caused all these situations and things. He's empowered the enemies of us. He's empowered those same people that stormed the Capitol. He gave them a badge, a gun, and some money. and say, go for what you know. You ain't got no, you pardon. You ain't got no felonies. You can be federal. We'll hire you. I can hire you. He has discretion on who he can hire. As the president, is his department. He made one of the January 6 people that they released, he made them assistant to the FBI director. And you out there, you whooping the police, and now you the head, one of the head police officers. This is the McMahon Morning Show. Grand rising to all of you. All it is 1 minute after the hour of 10. I wanted to say thank you all for just supporting us and being here with us. As I said before, these last two, we usually go off at 10:20. We're going to go up a little bit early. I'm going to be checking out what's going on overseas. If I have to come back, it will be at 12 noon or around there. Only today, and we'll see if there's any other developments. We should be having we got some guests coming, I think on tomorrow and on Friday. We got guests coming to the McMahon Morning Show, and Brother Lee should be back. I know that y'all have endured me, and I've said all that I'm going to say. Keep your eyes on your money. Watch the market. If you got a 401k or something, I'm not saying be nervous, but watch around about you. Keep your eyes on the news, on what's happening and what's going on. And I'm going to do my best to make sure that each and every day, and especially each and every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, that's 10 a.m. on the East Coast, right here on Mack Media 3 Productions, and Hot Talk Radio and Television, our broadcast network and affiliates everywhere. We want to thank you. Listen, I got a new affirmation that I'm going to start using till God tells me otherwise. And you know what I usually use every day, but I'm going to use this one. And this came from someone very, very dear to me spiritually. And it says, stop crying over what you have lost and start prophesying over what you still have. This is the McMahon Morning Show. We'll see you on tomorrow. We got guests coming, and we'll have a full broadcast. Brother Lee will be back, hopefully, with us on tomorrow. To all of our guests, all of our listeners everywhere, those of you all in the chat and in the bushes, we want to thank you all for being here. Once again, this is the McMahon Morning Show. Y'all have a great morning. Behave yourself. We have that severe weather that is coming in our region, and I will keep you abreast on what's going on there. So just keep your heads up and also keep safe on the roads. This is the McMahon Morning Show.
It's the McMahon Morning Show. It's the McMahon Morning Show. It's the McMahon Morning Show. It's the McMahon Morning Show. Sitting at home or you in your car. It's the McMahon Morning Show. No matter if you get far. It's the McMahon Morning Show. You better tune in quick or you might just miss. It's the McMahon Morning Show. The best show this side of the sea. It's the McMahon Morning Show. 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 It's the McMahon Morning Show.
Sure.